Hello and welcome. This is the video that I've been waiting to do for everybody, for boys and girls out there that are looking to buy the M140i. This is the 10 top reasons for me why the car is worth you buying, and I've had this for over 2 years now, so everything I'm going to tell you is truthful about it. There's a lot of comments out on the internet that don't do it justice, but I'll just give you a quick rundown of my top 10 answers. Before I do that, if I just spin this camera around, hopefully, no I can't. Just before I run through it, there's a couple of things that I've done to the car since my last video. I've actually bought the BMW rear spoiler and the side fins as well. Is it worth the money? No, I don't think it is, but is it worth the looks? Yeah, it's a nice touch. It's a good addition to the M140i. Doesn't do anything, but it just gives you that little bit difference. And then the other slightly hypocritical thing that I've done is this morning I have fitted M Performance exhaust. For me, this is the best sounding back box on the market. No, it isn't worth the money. I've said this before, that it isn't worth the money, but for the sound that you're after, then it definitely is worth getting. And I'm pleased that I fitted it, because I'm not going to go back to doing a stage 2 again, so it's the best alternative. So yeah, it is a good mod, not worth the money, but it certainly puts a smile on your face. Just before I start this review, let's just see if I can give you a bit of an idea of the M Performance exhaust that's on it now. I mean, there's loads of videos out there, but this is now on my car. It's just got that, hopefully you can hear that on the video, it's just got a much deeper tone to it. You know, it sounds like a 3 litre now. It sounds like it's got some power rather than it being muffled by the standard exhaust. Whether it'll get any louder like the standard one does after about 500 miles, I don't know, but it sounds, it was exactly what I wanted. So again, a lot of money, but it is what you want, what I was after. It doesn't pop a bang, but the reason for that, I think, is to do with the map that I've got. So the car's been mapped for the power, not for pops and bangs. So I'm pleased with the power I've got. Not that happy that I haven't got any pops and bangs, but at the end of the day I've got the sound when you're driving around. So yeah, right, let's move on to the review. So these are the top 10 reasons for me, if you're looking to buy an M140i, this top 10 reasons for me why you should buy one. And just to clear up any other things that are out on the internet that you've seen and have maybe put you off slightly, I'll glance down every now and again because I have got some notes. But number 10, I mean, the grin this car puts on your face when you start it. That B58, as soon as it fires up, as soon as you hear it, you'll want to put your deposit down. Seriously, it's that good. Number 9, the first time you drive the car in anger, which will probably be on the first day, it'll be something you won't forget. I remember picking mine up. They said don't bother running it in. I thought, okay, I've mentioned this before. I thought, right, I'm not going to. Going down the slip road onto the dual carriageway, put my foot down. I couldn't believe how fast it accelerated and nearly tail-ended another car. That was the first day, and again, I won't forget it. Number 8, it's an exciting car to drive. If someone says to you that it's boring, just nod your head, grin and humour them, because even standard like this car, it pulls like a train, and there is nothing boring about this car. Number 7, this car is already a modern classic. The production stopped in 2019, and the 3 litre engine in the 1 Series is no more. Number 6, fuel economy. A lot of people that you'll see on I've seen quite a few videos where they say that, oh, the fuel economy lets the M140i down. The people that have, I think, that have given that kind of review were driving diesels before they bought an M140i. Well, for one, it's a 3 litre straight six, running 340 horsepower standard. What was you expecting to get? 50, 60 to the gallon? Seriously? No, wasn't going to happen. But trust me, on the motorway, if you're going steady 70 mile an hour, this car will give you 40 miles to the gallon all day long. That's as much as my 218i coupe could achieve, was 40 to the gallon. And round town I can get, obviously not driving with every right foot, you can get 30 to the gallon plus. Around town and going to work, maybe 28 if you put your foot down a few times. Again, you know, if you've got a heavy right foot, then you can probably expect to see 12 miles to the gallon and 12 points on your license. Number 5, this is a very well built car. It's comfy to drive and most things at your fingertips. Don't be put off by comments that say that, oh, I have to bend my wrist to operate the electric windows. I mean, like, seriously, again, you know, this is a 5-door. The doors aren't long. Go and buy a Bentley. That'll sort all your problems out. Number 4, the handling. Do not be put off by the stories of this car wallowing into corners. Yes, it does. And as in one of my other videos not very long ago, it says that it's the one thing that lets this car down is the handling, that it doesn't leave you feeling in control all the time, and it doesn't give you that sure-footedness that you're after. But for £350 you can brace this car up. I've done front and back. As my last video was on about the braces, that the front one gives you the most impact straight away that you can feel. It just tightens the front end up, and it's absolutely brilliant. Number 3, the 8-speed semi-automatic gearbox on this car is absolutely fantastic. It's a work of art. They'll outperform a lot of cars costing a lot more money. Maybe not, I don't know what an Aston Martin and Ferrari are like at the moment, but the ones that I drove 3 years ago, this outperformed them any day of the week, and a fraction of the price. Number 2, the tunability. The B58 can tune beyond 700 horsepower. With a pure 800 turbo, you can go past 700 horsepower. The turbo costs you about £2,300 plus a map and setting up. You know, for that sort of money, you triple that on most other cars to try and get anywhere near the same sort of power. And remember that I was running 475 brake horsepower. This is a stage 1 again now. I had to put it back to standard because of COVID and possibly been made redundant and everything. But 500 brake horsepower, this will leave you feeling faint doing a 0 to 60 at 475 brakes. So add another 200 horsepower on that, and it is honestly a phenomenal tunable car. And as I've mentioned before, in America they put the B58 in the Supra and they're getting over 1,000 horsepower. So I know what it's like to drive an M140i with 475 brake. I can imagine what it's like with 700 horsepower, and 1,000 horsepower is just fucking mad. But you know, around town it's probably not the way you want to go. But if you plan on doing a lot of track days and stuff, then you know it's well worth the money. So number 1, the value for money. As a whole package, pound for pound, you cannot beat the M140i. This car will outperform a lot of supercars, costing a great deal more. Obviously you might have to have mapped it to do this. I would even say that the McLaren might struggle where you need to accelerate out of tight corners. I noticed that driving one around Mallory Park. The power band didn't come in till like 6,500 res. This will be gone straight away. I'm not saying it won't catch it up, but the feeling of putting your foot down in this and it just launches, where you put your foot down in the McLaren and you're waiting for the power band to come in like on a 2-stroke motorbike. It just didn't do it for me. So so there you have it, a truthful summary on an awesome car. Hopefully, and I've got no plans of selling it, but if you have if you're thinking of buying one, and hopefully this has answered some of the questions that you were worried about getting an M140i. But yeah, don't be. Take the plunge. Go and have a test drive. That'll convince you. Just remember, if you're stepping up from like a 118i or a 220 or something like that, just get used to the power a little bit, because it is flipping quick. And especially if you've ended up buying one that's already been mapped. So yeah, take the plunge. I don't think you'll regret it, and I hope this has been of interest to you. So thanks for watching.